Cool, all ready for our quick classic on the Manhattan. A million different stories about where the Manhattan comes from, none of which are true. Much like Manhattan itself, a sordid past. We're gonna skip right to the thing that makes it the most fun and the way that I always remember how to make a classic Manhattan. What's the area code for a landline telephone in Manhattan? Well, it's 212. 2 dashes of bitters, 1 ounce of sweet vermouth, and 2 ounces of your favorite native spirit. In this case, we'll be using Angel's Envy Bourbon. We're lucky to be here at the main bar in the finishing room at Angel's Envy Distillery for this little quick classic right now. So let's walk through it. This is Angostura bitters, which we've gone through before, so you can check out some of the other videos on bitters and stuff too. Just a couple dashes of these. That's our 2 dashes of bitters. 1 ounce of our sweet vermouth, and then 2 ounces of the Angel's Envy Bourbon to make up our spirit base. Now, what's really, really cool about what we've just done in relation to the cocktail history that we've gone through, we talked about what made a cocktail in the first place: spirit, sugar, bitters, water. We've done the same thing here, but we've, instead of used regular sugar, we've just taken sugar out and we've put sweet vermouth in. So we're using just a different sweetener. By simply making one little change, we've gone from a classic old fashioned, as we learned earlier, to a classic Manhattan, just by switching one little ingredient. So the last thing we need of those big 4 ingredients is water. So let's get some. 1 big scoop of ice will do. Now, we've gone through some of this before about when we shake and when we stir. This will be a stirred cocktail for us, as we've got no acid, no juice to require agitation. What we really want here is no bubbles. We want this thing to be beautifully crystal clear. Now, classically, this is a rye cocktail. We're using the bourbon for this because A, I prefer the bourbon. B, the Angel's Envy rye that they make here is also finished in rum cask, which is going to probably yield just a bit too much sweetness for us. So we're going to keep ourselves towards that wonderful port wine finish. That's right where I like it. Right now, we're making the spirit shine, my friends, making the spirit shine. The last thing we're going to do is get ourselves nice and easy in here. You see, even during the pour, the slower I make it, nice and easy, the little amount of bubbles I'll have, no ice, no chips. Just a beautiful lake on a calm day. Now the last thing, classically a cherry used. I'm gonna love a cherry specifically with this bourbon because of the port wine finish, which brought us so much beautiful dark fruit before. It brought us those cherries, those figs, all those lovely notes, and we're lucky enough to have some Luxardo soaked ones, which are gonna just give us that extra touch of earth, licorice, and some of the really great spice notes that are gonna come from the bitters. So this together makes our most classic Manhattan. Thank you to the Manhattan Club in New York, if that story's true, for helping us bring it to you. Cheers, everybody. Enjoy a classic Manhattan.